Good morning. More from sitcheniswrong.com. Okay. By Dr. Heiser. Let's see what Dr. Heiser has to say about Nibiru. Okay. Sitchen's Nibiru hypotheses. Those familiar with the writings of Zecharia Sitchen or the current internet rantings about the return of Planet X are likely familiar with the word Nibiru. According to the self-proclaimed ancient languages scholar Zecharia Sitchen, the Sumerians knew of an extraplanet beyond Pluto. This extraplanet was called Nibiru. Sitchen goes on to claim that Nibiru passes through our solar system every 3,600 years. Some believers in Sitchen's theory also refer to Nibiru as Planet X, the name given to a planet that is allegedly located within our solar system but beyond Pluto. Adherents to the returning Planet X hypotheses believe the return of this wandering planet will bring cataclysmic consequences to Earth. Okay, I'm going to pause it there. Alright, so this covers Nibiru, right? Do you see Nemesis? Do you see Wormwood? Nope. No Nemesis, no Wormwood. Okay. So, instead of reading this article, I'm going to go ahead and click on the summary, because it's just going to repeat what's all here. Alright. The Myth of a Sumerian 12th Planet. Nibiru according to the cuneiform sources, by Michael Heiser, Ph.D. in Hebrew Bible and Ancient Semitic Languages, University of Wisconsin-Madison. Those familiar with either the writings of Zecharia Sitchen or the current internet rantings about the return of Planet X are likely familiar with the word Nibiru, according to self-proclaimed ancient languages scholar Zecharia Sitchen. Okay, I have repeated that, but I'm going to do it again. The Sumerians knew of an extraplanet beyond Pluto. This extraplanet was called Nibiru. Sitchen goes on to claim that Nibiru passes through our solar system every 3,600 years. Okay, some believers in Sitchen's theory contend that Nibiru will return soon, May of 2003 to be exact. Look at that. To be exact. Okay, what year is it? 2016? Okay. These followers are idiots. Of Sitchen's ideas also refer to Nibiru's Planet X, the name given to the planet that is allegedly located within our solar system beyond Pluto. Adherents to the returning Planet X hypotheses believe the return of this wandering planet will bring cataclysmic consequences to Earth. Is Sitchen correct? Is Nibiru a 12th planet that passes through our solar system every 3,600 years? Did the Sumerians know this? Are those who equate Sitchen's Nibiru with Planet X correct in this view? Unfortunately for Sitchen and his followers, the answer to each of these questions is a big, fat no. Okay. This paper will address these questions in the course of our 4 discussion sections. Overview of the scholarship of Nibiru. How often and where does the word Nibiru occur in cuneiform texts? What does the word mean? And is there an astronomical context for any word in any of its occurrences? What are the cuneiform astronomical sources for our knowledge of ancient Mesopotamian astronomy? And what do those sources tell us about Nibiru? Part 1. While scholarly material on cuneiform astronomy is fairly abundant, specific treatments of Nibiru are rare. The last treatment of Nibiru in a journal article in the English language was in 1961. And was co-authored by the great Sumerian scholar Benno Landsberger, editor of the Sumero-Akkadian lexical texts. Lists I reference on my website in conjunction with Zecharia Sitchen's abuse of Sumero-Akkadian vocabulary. An earlier article in German, 1936, dealt directly with the subject, and a recent German article, 1990, does likewise. All of these articles were written well after the cuneiform documents/tablets that mentioned Nibiru as an astronomical body were known, and hence the authors had access to all the pertinent texts. Other works dealt with Nibiru, but only in passing, as their focus was Babylonian astronomy in general. What you are reading in this present paper is an attempt to synthesize this material and account for all references to Nibiru in cuneiform tablets, with an attempt to discern what exactly Nibiru is. Okay, section 2. How often and where does the word Nibiru occur in cuneiform texts? What does the word mean? And is there an astronomical context for the word in any of its occurrences? Let's see. Fortunately for scholars and other interested parties, the work of the studies above and the editors of the monumental Chicago Assyrian Dictionary have located and compiled all the places where the word Nibiru and related forms of that word occur in extant tablets. A look at the CAD entry, volume N-2, pp 145-17, tells us immediately that the word has a variety of meanings, all related to the idea of crossing, or being some sort of crossing marker, or crossing point, not a planet. In only a minority of cases, this references in astronomical texts, does the word relate to an astronomical body. Below is a brief overview of the words' meanings outside our immediate interest, followed by specific meanings and references in astronomical texts. Alright. General meanings of occurrences outside astronomical texts. Word meaning, of course, is determined by context. Nibiru, more technically and properly transliterated as Nibiru, can mean, I have underlined the form of Nibiru for the reader. Alright, oh, here it is. Okay. Place of crossing or crossing fee. In the Gilgamesh epic, for example, we read the line, remarkably similar to one of the Beatitudes in the Sermon of the Mount. Straight is a crossing point, Nibiru a gateway, and narrow is the way that leads to it. A geographical name in one Sumero-Akkadian text, a village is named, oh boy, Nebar, oh boy these words, Nebarti-Ashur, crossing point of Ashur. Another text dealing with the fees for the boatman who ferries people across the water notes that the passenger paid, okay, I'm not even going to try this one, okay, you guys can pause it and read it, which means silver for the crossing fees. Also it means ferry ford, ferry boat, act of ferrying. For example, one Akkadian text refers to a military enemy, the Armenians. Aramu Nakurmabab Nibiri Shah Jian. Okay, whatever. Means crossing point. Okay. I am no Sumerian scholar. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not going to pretend to be like Sitchen. Anyways, I think the root idea of the Nibiru word group and its forms and meaning as meaning something with respect to crossing is clear, and so we'll move on. Okay, I'm going to do this in a couple parts. So I'm going to stop it here, and then I'm going to continue later on, Nibiru as referred to an astronomical body. Okay, we'll come back to that. Thank you.